we're thinking about live streaming.
And we can all just keep chatting because it's fun if after the commercial we're also like enjoying each other, and I'll let us know when then.
Some of like the NoPants best material comes from
now,
this.
Yeah, we're live now.
We apparently are.
It's sort of an existential question, though, whether we're really live. Yeah.
Well, you can't really know that.
Does everyone have their Twitch muted? That is really.
How would I do my Twitch so that I know?
Yep. Like the video feed on Twitch, for those of us that are in the show, you have to mute it, otherwise it echoes back. For those of us that are in the show, you have to mute it, otherwise it echoes.
That's me. I'm doing it. Yeah.
All right.
What is this?
Yeah, how can I mute my Twitch feed?
No, I think you're good. I'm not hearing any more echo. It should be automatically muted when you go to the site unless you unmute it. So.
Cool.
That's live.
Okay. I think can you still hear me? Fine.
I think we're good, guys.
Okay. Well, you let us know, Jenny, when we are on. We'll be on.
We are on.
Wow, everybody. Well, it's super cool to see all of you here. We are NoPants Improv, and we've brought a very special show here. Yeah, everybody, give yourselves a little happy wave. We've brought a very special show here with an exciting guest. It's called Whatever Fate Decides. And it is a tarot-based show that basically is going to explore the past, present, and future for some questions that our querent has today. And that special guest who's joining us is Lisa Rowland of NoPants Improv in San Francisco. Yay!
Hi.
So we're going to use the tarot, which is a divination tool. If you're not familiar with it, there's lots of different ways or ideas people have about like how it came to be, which aren't really important. The important thing is like, hey, it's a way to kind of explore stuff. So we're going to kind of figure out what the reading has to say about Lisa's questions. We'll see like what improvised scenes might come from those readings that allow us to explore them a little bit deeper. We also don't really know what the cards are going to show us because anything could happen, you guys. So we're going to give Lisa some tools to help. And really the big one that we just need to make sure you all know, so you know Lisa is safe, is that at any point in time, she can just say, please stop. If it's just too personal, too much, sometimes the cards tell us more than we want to know, and that's okay. So she'll say that, we'll stop, no judgment. I also want to make sure that I introduce to you the card cam, which you can see next to me marked as the cards. When we actually do the reading, you'll see the cards appear. Just as a last thing about the show, I'm also a beginner tarot card reader, so if I screw up or if something's just like, oh, it doesn't make sense, you can blame me and that's totally fine because it's probably my fault. Just as a thing to kind of bring us all together as an audience, is back when we could do theater in real life, people actually synchronize a little bit without even realizing it. So let's just all take a breath together. Just inhale, exhale. Yeah, almost feels like we're in the same room. So without any further ado, let's just jump right in and start the show. As we do that, Lisa, you get to decide which of these wonderful cast members you feel like best represents you, like an avatar. Like which of them would play you?
The redhead bond is strong, and so I'm gonna pick Kristen. Because it even the name Bond, which is, but yeah, that redhead thing is gonna win out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds super cool. So, Kristen, you're going to play Lisa whenever it comes up in a scene. And players, I'm going to ask you to go. And Lisa, let's go ahead and talk about what the cards have to say. So I'm excited. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah,
And,
thank you for having me.
Very excited to have you. So you're gonna hear me like mixing cards and things here, and then I'll place them in the card camera, when the time comes in our sophisticated rig next to me here. But for right now, what's the question that you've got that you wanted to ask the cards?
Here's my question. And it's probably a question that a lot of people in the arts are asking right now, but I am a leader at Bats Improv. I'm the artistic director of Bats, and everything has changed, right? It's like we're in this enormous insecurity with regards to live theater and becoming a virtual theater company and a racial reckoning in America and like what all that stuff means. And my question is sort of around not what will happen, but what do the cards have to say about what is required of, like, how do I help navigate us through this? Like, what might be, that's sort of the area of my questioning. Like, how do I
navigate this difficult time in my career, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. So I want you to think about your question. And as you think about it, I'm mixing the cards. And you feel like, you can stop. Just tell me stop, and I'll stop.
Okay. Stop.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to reach over to the card cam. Okay. Let's see if I can make this a little bit clearer. So you're also going to see me because I'm a bit of I can't memorize every card, sadly, because I'm a pretty decent tarot card reader, but not an expert. The first thing that I'm seeing about this reading is that there are a lot of pentacles. There are a lot of like material, earthly concerns, and that makes perfect sense. Knowing what we know. About things. And the first card that's there is the Queen of Pentacles. So I'll hold it up here so you can see it a little better. And it's reversed, which is important. So if you see me and you're like, hey, it's upside down. If you're not familiar with the tarot in the audience, I know it's on purpose. And reversed, and in the past like this, it's about needing balance, needing like a homework balance, and like caring and nurturing for yourself. So it was something that you needed. It makes sense if we think about the recent past. And that sound made me think like maybe this resonates with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And trust as you do this that other people can, like, that they can take care of themselves while you take care of yourself and what you need to do, or at least that was something that was true.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it sounds like this is all kind of making some sense.
Yeah.
With that, which is good. And it's a card about thinking about rebalancing your commitments. So
Mm-hmm.
that's important. And as we keep moving forward, I'm not sure if that like has anything to say about how you've been feeling, or a lot.
It has a lot to say about how I've been feeling. Yeah, I think that I have entirely taken on all of the problems and decided that they are mine to solve, and that everybody's feelings are also mine to sort of care for. And this I have discovered is unsustainable and unrealistic. And so this card is just like reminding me I felt myself relax when you said, I think you like trusting other people to take care of themselves so you get to take care of yourself is like, oh God, like, could that be the way this is? That would be so wonderful, because I think I've just been really owning all of the difficulty that everybody's having and feeling like if I do this right, nobody will have a hard time.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. It feels like there might be a scene behind that, players, if you feel like there is one. If you do, come on, but there's no pressure. I can keep right on reading.
Okay.
So the next card that's here in the stack is in the present. It's also a reversed card. It's the Nine of Pentacles. And I think it kind of speaks to like what else is going on, because it's here in the present. It's a call to reflect on your self-worth.
Man, yeah, great.
So like, I can feel in the chat that the players actually do want to come on. So like knowing this, I'm actually going to bring them on and step out. So Lisa, the player who's playing, Lisa, if you want to step forward, let's see a scene about some of these things.
Lisa.
Yep.
I've been at the door for like 3 minutes. Why did it take you so long? I need to talk to you.
I am juggling. I have learned to juggle. I have got lots of balls in the air, and it's hard for me to inch my way towards the door any faster.
Okay, very good. That's a lot of information. Okay, so Herman has like not texted me back for like 5 hours, and you need to tell me what to do. Like it has been 5 dates now. We haven't slept together, but like I feel like I text him and I don't hear back from him right away. So I don't know if he likes me. Do you think he likes me?
Oh, I think
I'm going to pause you for just a second. So this might be, Lisa, I don't know if this feels accurate about your personal life, about people like, I need you as a friend, but this reading is about career stuff specifically. So I'm going to rewind us just a little bit past that past line, and let's see what would happen like at Lisa's workplace, knowing the things we know about the scene, that you're juggling many balls, which feels accurate, and that you have people who are needy, which also seems like it could be accurate. So let's just back that through and take it from, I'll get the door for you, just hang on.
I will get the door for you in just a minute, and I managed to inch my way over there. I am thinking about our summer schedule. I do not know how to get people to sign up to sit in front of their computers.
Lisa, thank you for cleaning out your desk. I mean, like clearing off so that I could put all my things on top of it. And you answer the door, you do you, whatever. I know you're juggling a lot of things. The air conditioning is actually broken in the theater right now, so everybody's really sweaty.
This is a great time to invest in more infrastructure. I think we've got plenty of excess funds for that.
And you made all the spreadsheets regarding, people, the chain of command with, when the building starts breaking down. We also have a casting call out, and I think you said you were going to like do a Facebook post on that.
Oh yeah. That's all me. That's all me all the time, 100%.
Does this feel right, Lisa?
Yes. Yeah. That's all me. All me all the time, 100%. I think you're nailing it.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, there's more in the card here. I'm just going to flip the card cam back on.
Thank you.
So thanks, players. So the Nine of Pentacles here. Whoa. Let's see if I can get the image of the card to show up. So it's kind of also about like undervaluing yourself. Right? Like upright, this would be like a sign like, oh, you've got all these great things, in your little garden of pentacles that you're seeing as, the Nine of Pentacles. But like here, it's to say like, you bring a lot of good things to the world, and to like enjoy the fruits of your labor, to take a minute, slow down, and just be like, oh, sun's shining today. It's pretty nice. You know, or if it's San Francisco, it's lovely and misty out today. Oh, nice. But you know, that's true. And the other thing that I think it says that just like called out to me when I'm sitting here looking at this is that knowing that you can lower like your standards a bit to lead like a more balanced life. Knowing like, yeah, everything's crazy at the theater, like it can't be the way it was before. So maybe you need to like, you know, lower the expectations a bit. So I'm seeing you nod like, hey, that makes sense. That's speaking to me.
Yeah, it's I think the thing that speaks to is this idea that, right, I took this job 1 week before we closed the theater and shut down and went virtual. So it's never been normal. Like it's always been in these like kind of crazy circumstances. And there's a huge sort of insecurity center of like, I don't know how to do, like I got left standing with holding the bag because I have this job while all this crazy stuff happened. But like, I don't think I'm equipped to do this. Like I would, you know, and yet I think I do have more capability than I'm giving myself credit for in a way. And so all of that feels like great. Like I'm grappling with all of that. It's like having to redefine what this theater company means and having to redefine how it is that we work together and allowing it not to be like it was and not make myself crazy to try to maintain the thing that we were.
Yeah. No, that's really interesting. That, you know, as I sit and think about that, it feels like maybe there's something behind that. And I can see the players sort of like in the background in our chat, sort of like, oh, I think I have something. So I'm going to bow out for a second and just see if we can maybe see something about like that, like finding the new world order.
Yeah.
So Lisa, you've been with us about 6 weeks now. I know that none of us saw this coming, right? And I've asked HR to step in. I know as your mentor, it's important to both of us that you do well here. How are you managing all of this?
Well, gosh, I know I've been making some mistakes. I just haven't been getting quite enough done. I know that you guys have high standards and I really want to meet them. But, you know, I just think I can do this. I think I can do this. I just, I got to get centered. I need a little more time, I guess, to grow into this, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm a little nervous.
We've noticed something a little strange, Lisa. So I know you're juggling a lot of things, but whenever we like pass by your office to check in on you or say hi, you're physically juggling. You're doing like a circus trick. Is that?
Yes. Because I find that I have lots of responsibilities in this world, and some of them have physical manifestations, and it feels good to juggle those. Like,
for sure. And you know what? Like, we're an improv theater. We want to foster your creativity. If this is how you live your life, cool.
Right.
I guess. Enjoy your.
So I'll pause you for a second, players, and just check in with Lisa real fast. Like, Lisa, you're smiling. So like this feels like your board meetings.
I just really like the idea of actually, like, it makes me want to learn to juggle. I really like this idea of like actually learning to physically manifest the chaos that I'm feeling in my life and then learn to like get control over it. I'm delighted by that idea.
Well, cool. So I'm glad that this feels a bit like, okay, yeah, these are my board meetings. You know, this feels like an accurate portrayal of my life.
Yeah.
The future card that's next, I'm going to turn the card cam on, just because I think it speaks to what's going on with some of the things you were talking about and some things that the players were discovering. It's the King of Wands. Hold it here, and it's reversed. So all of these cards are reversed, which kind of makes sense. Like, hey, everything's upside down right now, you know, in the world. And so with the future, the King of Wands most specifically is about like being in a leadership role, but feeling like I'm not ready. So when you were saying that stuff, yeah, we were saying all that stuff. I'm like, well, that's the next card is like, I don't know why I'm here. But also like, it's sort of a thing about like, find your vision and like work on leading other people to that. Like it's a call to do that. Cards, right? And to like seek support from people when you need that, and to be careful about like having unrealistic expectations for yourself and for other people. Right? Like as we navigate this new time, everything's got to change, right? Yeah. And like stay on your vision.
Lisa, I'm with the Secret Service, and we've been watching you for a while as you have navigated your leadership at the Bats Improv Theater. Joe Biden would like to ask you to run as his running mate in the elections this year.
I saw him watching me juggle, and I had this premonition that maybe like he would. I find lately, like when I look into my balls as I'm juggling, I sometimes have brief psychic flashes, but I need to find my vision. I'm not quite there yet. It's not clear. I don't know if I'm ready to be like vice president to the vice president.
Are you?
Pause you for just a second, players. This is great. This is also like even more terrifying responsibility that Lisa would have to take on, saving the entire country, not just her company, right? Like, and like, universe bless the woman who is called to be Joe Biden's vice president. She's got a big order. I'm interested in focusing down a bit, though I love this scene and I love the idea of Lisa Rowland, vice president of the United States, because it could mean to be president if, like fingers crossed. But to look more at like Lisa's specific future, let's restart this scene and imagine a moment where Lisa's got to decide something like as a leader for her company. Sound cool?
Look, I appreciate the faith that you've shown in me in offering me that position, but I've got to focus on the arts, That's what matters to me, and it's in real danger. And if I try and save America too, I'm not going to have time for bats. And that's I can't keep that many balls in the air. In fact, can you hold that? Can you grab that one? That ball? Okay.
Hey, Secret Service dude. It's Frank. I took a class from Miss Lisa when she was teaching the kiddie improv last summer, and I just want you to know that she's real good at circus stuff. I graduated level 2 juggling. That's right.
Not a paid child actor either. Nope. Ringing endorsement.
She talked about authenticity, and so this is me being authentic. I wanted to show up for Miss Lisa and make her be the best vice president of awesomeness.
I'm getting word here that Joe Biden wants to offer you a different position, Lisa, and that position is president of the board of the Bats Improv.
Yeah. Oh,
great.
Yeah.
So I'll pause this here for just a second. So Lisa, you're finding your vision moving forward. And right now the scene that we've shown you is to be president of the entire board for Bats. I'm not sure if that's a future that you would like. One of the things you're like, no, I don't want that. Okay, that's fine. You know, one of the things about the future is like, hey, it's malleable. We can change it, right? You're a human. You have agency over your future. So if you don't like what the cards have to show you, or you don't like what we had to show you about your future, for whatever reason, it could be something from like, you know what, like I don't want to be president of the BATS board. That's totally valid. Where do you see your future going? Or where would you like to see things, knowing what we know about, like, how would you change it?
Yeah, I think that what I'm like really, really connected with the idea of leading to a vision. And I actually really enjoyed Kristen's, like, when I look into the chaos of these juggling balls, I actually have these flashes of like, oh, I see where I need to go. Like, because that's sort of how it feels. It's like everything is changing, but when I like sort of like blur my eyes, I'm like, oh no, but I get where we need to go. And that's very powerful. So what I most want is to sort of like move us in a direction and then leave. And like just get to play and like just get to engage playfully and have BATS be in a sustainable place after all of the turbulence of transition.
Let's imagine like you have your like visionary moment, right? Like that moment of like, I know like what I need to do.
Yeah.
And we'll let this kind of play out a little bit longer, so that way we can really see your future.
Cool.
All right.
Lisa, thanks for joining me again at these weekly meetings where we discuss your future here. As your mentor, I think it's really important that we connect on this. This week, I'm going to focus on your vision for BATS. Where do you see us going in the role and just as an organization?
Okay, so let's talk vision. I was looking in my juggling ball soup for a minute, and I saw flashes of MacGyver, and it made me realize, you know how he could like take a safety pin and like fashion like a multi-tool or whatever. I feel like I am the multi-tool of BATS now. I feel like if I were to walk away, things would fall apart. And I realized like the wisdom is I don't need to be super gluing everything together personally. I think I could start delegating maybe just a little bit occasionally, just dabble in the delegating, see how it goes, maybe train up a young protege of promise to step in. I don't know. Just a thought. I could keep juggling though also.
So you want to work towards making yourself redundant?
You know what? Honestly, that sounds weird, but yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Tyler. I'm your summer intern. My job description said to be like a protege. So what do you want me to do first?
Well, you look full of promise and talent. I see it in your eyes.
I just need this credit for my fine arts credit at school. So no, I don't really want to be here, okay? But, you know, as a natural science major, yeah, maybe you will turn me on to the magic of improv. Who knows?
Do you like to juggle, Tyler? No.
You could. Why were you giving me that look? You could just look at me normal. It's
okay.
But like we're real people. You know what I mean?
I look at you and all I see is so much potential to. I mean, look at you. Got strong hands. Good for juggling. You know. Catch this ball. Natural. Oh my God. Incredible natural. That's great. Great start. Right? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if I'm just going to be playing catch all day, that's pretty easy.
You know what? Ball is one of the fundamental games of improv. Just don't think. Just act. Just hold the balls. Let the balls go. Work as a team. Catch. Great. Lightning fast. Incredible. You've already taken 2 of my many balls. That's real progress for me.
Let's see the moment next where Lisa hands off all of the balls in the theater. So we flashed forward in time.
Okay, Tyler. Okay, Tyler. This is a big day. I've had many a very concerning dream about this moment, but I'm going to trust myself and the wisdom of my own teachings. You've come a long way.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Before we start, I just want to say that I was a complete tool at the beginning of this summer. I recognize that, and I am now switching my major to theater arts at
Yes, you are.
Penn State University.
Wow.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that.
Hey guys, thank you for inviting Frank to your meeting. The adult.
My boy Frank.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad that you're all here to hear this. I really, Lisa, I want to say this to you in front of everyone. Now that Tyler is here and he's taken on more of your responsibilities and you've freed up some time a little bit, I think it's a great time to let you know in front of everyone that we're going to offer you a title bump.
So I'm going to make
of sorts.
I'm going to be more prestigious.
I approve the title bump.
Okay, great.
That
sounds
like
a
new title, and that's it. Nothing additional.
That's the dream. That's a dream job for me. Can I tell you guys? I think it's amazing. Just watching the protege get a protege. It's like, wow, this is an incredible moment of cosmic cycling, and I love it. You know, I feel like things are going to be okay despite kind of an upheaval going on right now. But
Miss Lisa. So Mr. Frank, Mr. Tyler, I'm Frank. I didn't fool you, did I? I've been answering your phone calls, and there's a publisher who's been calling and wants to know if you want to write a book about like juggling shit for improv and teaching kids and owning things. So that's the message. Frank out.
Oh, thanks, Frankie. Guys, did you hear that? I could go on tour. I could be an improv rock star, probably like living a life of wanton dissidence as I crawl from place to place and entertain crowds of thousands or maybe even millions and teach them life skills via improv and juggling.
That feels like a really nice future. But I don't know what Lisa thinks. So, let's bring her on. She's smiling. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I laughed out loud a couple of times at the various turns in that scene. That was delightful.
That's good. That's all we can ask for, really, is like, hey, look, that felt like a future that was worthwhile. That was worth changing to, like finding a Tyler, training them up, going and be an improv rock star for a while and just, living the dream, maybe publishing a book and suggest that would actually be really cool.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I'm shuffling some cards again. And I know you have another question. I think we have just about enough time to really answer it and kind of delve into it. Great. So what's the other thing that you were thinking about? And I'll flick on the card cam too, just so that we're ready. Thanks for reminding me, players. My castmates are like, hey man, don't forget, we want to see the cards.
Well, my question is about a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm in a relationship that sort of was got close during shelter in place, like quarantine, right? So we've not really been part of each other's lives because the other parts of our lives have right, we haven't done a lot of mixing of friends, etc., because we're all sheltering in place, right? And so he and I see each other, but yeah, it's just a very unique sort of context in which a relationship has grown. It's so wonderful. And I'm wondering, sort of the question is what will be the evolution? How might it shift based on these current circumstances we're in? As these circumstances change, how will it shift to more normal life, if that is anywhere in our future? That's sort of the general.
So let me just make sure that I'm clear with it. So you've found this person pre-pandemic, and hey, they're great, and then things happened. you guys are quarantined together though, like so you're able to spend time together, or no? Like
we're not living together, but
Okay.
we're in each other's pods, right? So it's like I see him and he sees me, and we're not seeing very many, and I see my family, but like we're just like
right.
we
You're
continue.
in the same bubble. So
We're in the same bubble.
Yeah. I get you. Okay. And then it's just kind of like, how do we navigate this new world? What does this relationship mean? Like,
Yeah.
Where's it going?
Exactly.
Totally makes sense. So I'm mixing cards.
Hey, Lisa.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm initiating a scene.
Wrong, Lisa. Great.
You are.
I was to jump in.
No, that's great. I'm gonna mix cards up just so that we see like, well, what does it show? And then like we'll see your seed, Ginny.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, cool. So Lisa, if it's all right, I'm gonna bring you back.
Yeah.
And you tell me, that's fine. Like, hey, we're making theater up.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
So you tell me when it's time to stop mixing cards.
Okay.
Think about your question while you do.
All right, stop.
Listen for a second to see how the deck wanted to be. So here's the deal. Okay. Some interesting cards here, and some very powerful cards. I'm just going to move the deck out of the way.
Great.
So really interesting stuff, because there are a lot of powerful cards in here. I know you know a little bit about the tarot too, which is super awesome. I'm glad, because I don't know everything, so somebody's got to back me up. But there's big cards in here from the major arcana. And if you're at home and you're like, what does that mean? It's the set of cards, like the suit of cards in the tarot deck that talks about like a soul's journey through life. And they often have like big life lessons for us, about things. So in the past position is this really positive card. It's the sun. That's kind of cool. And you can see in the image of the card, the sun's shining. There's this, naked kid on a horse who seems really happy, and he's innocent and pure, and things are good. So it's basically success, like a lot of joy, and a lot of like just good health, positivity, like connecting with your personal power stuff. And it feels like, from nodding your head, like, hey, that resonates with you. Like things are really awesome, or they were in the past.
Yeah, the thing that I'm thinking about is that they have been like the feeling of this relationship has been so sort of like triumphant and lovely, just like nothing but good. It's just been like an awesome reprieve from the chaos of life, and this beautiful sort of just really positive, supportive connection. And I've just like loved it so much. So this idea, and it really took me by surprise. Sort of like when it started, I was like, I mean, this is great, but I don't think it'll be a thing. And then it like became this really wonderful thing. So that's what this card makes me think about.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it kind of feels like, I know the players are excited to do some scenes. Yeah. So let's go ahead and let them, and just see like what this feels like.
Hey, Lisa, is now a good time?
Yeah, it's actually a great time.
Great, awesome. Listen, I know we've been kind of doing the quarantine dating thing for a while, but I feel like things are going really well between us. So I guess I wanted to ask you something. I'm really nervous, but basically, I just wanted to know if you wanted to be in my pod.
Oh my gosh! Is this
and I know, like
Pinch
only
me.
been a little while, and if this is too fast, I understand. I wanna take it slow. I wanna respect your boundaries, but I just feel like this is something really great, and I don't know. I really want you in my pod.
All I it's like pinch me. Like sometimes I must be dreaming. I looked up at you, and instead of just you, regular you, it's like you're naked, you're riding on a horse. It's like the sun is streaming in your hair.
I want you to see that in person. I want you in my pod, and I'm sorry if that's gross or too much, but
I can handle a little body humor. Okay, I mean I'm an adult. You're an adult most of the time, except when you're on that horseback. But you sure you want to do that? Because the pod is, I mean, a bubble, and it's like commitment, and we don't have a lot of people we get to choose to put in our pods.
I know.
Ding dong, Amazon. This is how we do now. I'm delivering your package of how to nothing but the good, how to have a relationship in a pod. Here you go.
My gosh, Amazon has got incredible timing at this point, right? I mean, all I need, all the secrets are right here, right? Or do I need it? I don't know.
That feels like maybe it might resonate with you, Lisa. Like you've got all the secrets. You've got literally a book of secrets being delivered to you, by the players. All the answers are right there.
Nothing but the good. How to have a relationship in quarantine. I'm into it. Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. So the next two cards are actually reversed. Let me get the card cam on for you. So the next card that's up here is the Nine of Wands. And I feel like, because this card is wedged between two big, powerful cards of the major arcana, that this is your present, but I feel like it's also passing. Like it's not going to be this way all the time, but it's how things are now. And it's about struggling to keep working towards the goals that you have, with this relationship. But the other thing that's interesting is that 9 is like a number that's near the end of cycles in the tarot, right? So you're close. You're close to solving it, close to getting through it. But right now, it's tough.
Yeah.
And it's sort of also calling on you to draw on the inner resources that you have as a person, or that maybe you both have as a couple, to get you over the finish line. Right. And to get you there, and to not worry about what other people think.
That's cool. So there's two things that resonate with me about this.
Okay.
One of them is, I don't know if you or any of our viewers or the improvisers are familiar with the Enneagram, but the Enneagram is like a system of personality types. There's 9 of them, and I'm a 9. And I just noticed that the 9 of Pentacles came up in the last reading, and the 9 of Wands came up in this one. They're both reversed. I think that's interesting. And there is a sort of big life change coming my way that I don't think I'm going to talk about the specifics of it, but it is one that I know has the potential to really change our relationship, or make it stronger or break it. It's sort of going to be heads up, there's some rapids coming. We'll make it through them or not. There's going to be some big changes. So that's interesting, that this idea of this is really great right now. This is now, and it's passing. Something else is going to take its place, or it's going to evolve or change. Is that feels just right to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing also in our Twitch chat, other people are talking about the number 9, and that sometimes it can mean things about making peace.
Mediator, conflict, sort of really can see all sides of all perspectives, and real harmony is very important to 9s, which is why this time is very difficult.
Well, I mean, maybe, but I think if the players want to, we can explore it a little bit. If not, we can keep right on going. That's up to you guys.
I think he's also, well, yeah, something in the
Go
chat.
ahead. What do you think?
Something in the chat just came up about whether I know what my partner's Enneagram number is. I actually think he's also a 9. I think we're both 9s.
What happens when 2 9s meet?
They just are so agreeable. They just always get along and never talk about what's wrong. They like never bring up what's wrong.
Ah, interesting. Well, let's see how you guys maybe navigate that. Like I'm interested in seeing maybe a little bit about that if the players are.
Yeah, cool.
You know, it's pretty groovy. You know, it's like I just I was looking out the window today. I was looking at the stars, and I thought to myself, "Huh, the galaxy. You know what it's shaped like? A big fat 9. Yeah. You know what your heart is shaped like? Pretty much a big fat 9, just like mine. It's pretty sweet. We're cosmically recurrent shapes."
Yeah, and I really love our weekly meetings, babe, where we talk about everything that's going right in this relationship. I feel like it really moves us forward.
It's so good. We're bolstering this like really great foundation. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna withstand like hurricane level force. But what are your thoughts on hurricanes and the imminence of one by any chance?
Well, I'd never heard of one in San Francisco.
Well, I mean, you're right. That's crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just, do you have a raincoat? Is it a good raincoat?
Are you asking me about a ring? Oh, a ring?
I'm just talking disaster preparedness. No reason, just because I care about you. And I just want to make sure that I got you equipped for some pretty crazy stuff, no matter what it is. Something really life-altering.
Ding dong, Amazon. Hi, this package just showed up at your door. So I hope you don't mind if your Amazon delivery guy reads your packages out loud. So
Never.
You're a 9 on 9, and here's what to do about it. There you go.
Ooh, yes. God.
So smart, Lisa, and I really think that's what makes our relationship so strong, because like being in each other's pods, if you're at my place or if I'm at your place, disaster preparedness is essential.
If they bottled up the feeling that I have right now, like it would be called love potion number 9, you know? This is just working. Like it's really, the funny thing is like being in a pod with you, it makes me forget that other people are really that important. Like I'm like, you know what? I could really pare down my life a little bit, simplify.
Prepare to have your mind blown. We've been in a pod together now for 9 weeks. It's been 9 weeks since my pro pod proposal. And I'm really glad that we got to disaster preparedness, because I have one of those emergency kits at my house. And if you want, I can buy one from Amazon and have it shipped to your house too.
This is like a very specific kind of niche porn. Okay, yeah.
It does. But Lisa kindly let us know in the chat for like our cast chat that Nicole actually like her partner does have a beard occasionally, and that he has great hair just like Nicole does.
That beard is out of control. I was like lost it when I saw that.
So, excellent work, players. I feel like we hit on something for Lisa, which is super cool.
Yeah.
So I want to have time to look at the future, because I think that that's important for what we've got next. So let me hit the card cam real quick. Oh, I think I moved my camera. Hold on a second. There's the cards. So this next card's actually important because it's another big, powerful, major arcana card. Yeah, and I see you know it and you recognize it. So it's the High Priestess reversed. And she's a sign of like feminine power, feminine intuition, like the feminine connection to the divine. And it's like speaking to you to say like, listen to your wisdom, like your inner wisdom, your intuition. Rather than like what other people think. and to like check in with yourself that you're really trusting and don't hide that intuition from anybody or yourself, and to really like listen, even if you need to like meditate for a little while. Really listen to like what that is and what that holds for you, because it's a very powerful symbol. And I think that will help guide you through this time that you're thinking about in the future. Does that make sense?
Cool. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
If you would like to explore that, we have time and we could. About like, I think we're going to do that.
You know, throughout my life, I have really I've consulted a lot of sources for how to figure out what I'm doing next. But all of a sudden I have this overwhelming instinct to read my loins, the feelings in my loins, like tea leaves. My body is telling me where to go and what to do. Is that normal?
Yeah, you know what, Lisa? I had a lot of similar feelings when I turned your age. I think that it's, we just have to free ourselves from the patriarchy and look to our feminine loins.
Yeah.
Know where to go.
I think this is a key part of growing up that they didn't tell us about when we were younger, probably because the loin part is a little off-putting, but
hey, we're brunch, so let's let the word fly. Loins, you know what I mean?
Loins,
have a little fun.
I mean,
waiter, let's get those tender loins.
Let's get those tender loins.
Gird your loins.
It's so funny. It's such a stupid word.
It sounds a little bit like lion, which is sort of the way my man looks these days with his long, shiny hair and beard. He's gotten.
Oh God, you're so bad.
Can I say he's a handsome devil?
You did.
Yeah, you tell us all the time, actually.
I mean, think about it. Your solar plexus is right next to your loins. So if you're going along, you're feeling that. It makes perfect sense. But I just don't know how to explain to loved ones that I might make some major life changes because my feminine intuition told me to. My psychic pussy, I don't know, whatever.
Let me tell you something, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to explain yourself or justify yourself or tell anyone what your means of action are.
No.
Huh. You're saying I could just do what I want to without any accountability to anyone?
To yourself alone.
Oh my God. That makes my life so much easier. I've been writing this Christmas card, one of those Facebook posts that you put up. It's 2020 has been a hell of a year. And it's been just very hard to get through the paragraph where I'm talking about, I'm I don't know how to put this into words. I don't know. This is going to be read by children. And so, so what I'll do is I'll just change everything in my life if I want to, ride a wave of my own success and rock star improv talents and just do whatever I want to with the guy I really like, right?
Well, hey, let's raise our mimosas and cheers to your psychic pussy. Am I right?
That's right.
Sounds
great.
That seems like a future worth having to me. Anyway. But your future, what you think is important, Lisa, and the look on your face tells me absolutely this is where I want to be headed.
Great. It was great. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm super glad that we've had this time together. We've gotten to sort of explore these things, about some things you had questions about, some things that maybe you were concerned with. I hope that the players helped at least a little bit enlighten things.
Totally, I loved it. My psychic pussy is something I will never. I'm not letting go of it. It's so good. Yeah.
Don't. And players, can you just all come on back?
Yeah. If we ever do the show again and it's not called My Psychic Pussy, I'm going to be super upset.
Well, I don't know how that would work with me reading, but I guess
You could be a cat. You could just be a
change.
cat.
Anyway, though, everyone, I just wanted to have everybody take a moment, in whether it's here on Zoom or in like the privacy of your own home or your own personal device screen, to just give Lisa a big like yay round of applause for like being open and being with us today. It's been super great to have you. And, you know, Lisa, I know that Bats is busy doing all kinds of exciting stuff in the improv world. Do you have anything you want to say about it as we leave?
Oh, we're actually gonna take a couple of months of a break, but we're still from shows, but we've still got loads of classes. So improv.org is where you can find out about it. Lots of performing classes and stuff like that. And I just want to thank all of you, Nicole and Lisa and Anne and Kristen and Ginny, for playing. That was such a delight. And thank you, Neil, for the reading. I loved that. This was really fun.
Oh, well, wonderful, everyone. And thank you to our audience for going on this journey with us. We're NoPants Improv. Check us out. We've got a whole suite of shows planned for August that we're super excited about. And you can find out more about it if you just pop over to your favorite social media account and look us up. Have a wonderful night, everyone.